and welcome back to another episode of Musical Chairs with me, Cheer Up Charlie. And today we have the amazing, the wonderful. He's really good at making boots, and he also really loves writing letters to people that don't actually exist in order to save the country. It's the amazing Danny Becker, everyone! Woo!
Hello, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming on.
Pleasure. I love that intro.
Yeah, they're always uh, they always go down quite well. So I enjoy doing them. If you're ready, I'll get right into the questions.
Let's do it.
So, did you fall in love with theatre and the arts at a young age like I did? And have you always sung?
Yes, and yes and no. So the first question, yeah, I've loved the arts my whole life. I'm lucky enough to have grown up in North London, or just outside in a place called Bushey. And my parents, for my birthday, used to take me to see a West End show because it wasn't too far. So like once a year, we'd have this really exciting trip. And I remember I used to like buy the cast albums. I've got like the old CDs back in the day. You might not have as many CDs as I
I've got
do.
in my CD player on my sideboard, I've got a Les Mis concert anniversary CD that I was listening to.
Oh, very good. Very
All my
good. I
records
remember.
as well.
Actually, this is probably a very stagey story. I remember going up, I think it was on Boxing Day, when I think I was around 13, which is funny for the story. I got the album for 13, the musical. I think that was the first time I went into London on my own, and just devoured it. And actually, when I was at the Brit School, I got to play Evan in 13. So that was a nice full circle moment. But yeah, I loved musical theatre so much. I got the bug early. And singing wise, I feel like I was always more of like an actor when I was growing up. I wasn't as confident in my voice. And then it wasn't really until I went to Brit School, to be honest, around 16, that I discovered that I could sing, and got a bit more confident in that. So yeah, that was a slightly slower burn.
That's really cool. So, the more I speak and research, the more I realize that the arts training, well, it isn't cheap, and I already see the sacrifices that my parents make for me. And I know that you train, and do you think there needs to be more done to help those with raw talent get the training they deserve?
Oh my God. Absolutely. Absolutely. I find it hard that it becomes this kind of elitist um industry sometimes, and people that have come from money sometimes can, have some more longevity because it's so hard, in the downtimes between jobs as well. Not even just to train, just to sustain a career is really challenging as well. But yeah, I would love to see more scholarships, more opportunities from people, of all backgrounds. Lucky, like I just said, I went to the Brit School, which is the only free performing arts school, I believe. So that was huge for me to be able to get into and get that training early. And then I went on to Arts Ed, and was lucky enough to get a Dada scholarship, which for people that don't, I think they still exist.
Yeah.
It's like they do. Oh, great. It's like a government funded place. But still with that, people still have to, I think, pay a little add-on fee. But of course, it was a huge help, and I wouldn't have been able to train without it because it's very expensive. So yes, there needs to be, the government need to see it more, I think, like see our industry and what we give, not just economically to London and the restaurants and the economy, but as an art form, it's just so important. We all need that escapism, and what we bring as actors is so important, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what was your first big break, and do you remember where you were when you received the call?
I do. It was actually this little guy here. It was it was doing Aladdin in the West End. I was in the show for 2 years, and I was in the ensemble understudying the role of Aladdin, and it was just dreams. I I remember where I was. I was walking down the street, and my agent at the time called me and told me, and I think I literally screamed in the in the street. I think someone came out the door and was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm fine. I just got my dream just came true. It's fine." Um, yeah, and God, it was an incredible job. I still, you have those kind of core memories that just always stick with you. For me, I can literally see it right now in my mind, of flying the carpet and like looking out to the Prince Edward audience and just being like, what is my life? Like seeing a whole new world, fly, like it's just yeah, it's a moment I never thought I would have really, and yeah, incredible.
So, knowing the industry and how hard it is, would you encourage children and young people like me to follow in your footsteps? And did you have supportive parents, as mine are amazing, and take me everywhere I need to be, and just are absolutely massive supporting pillars for me?
Mm. Firstly, I love to hear that. That's amazing. That's amazing, and it really, really helps when you have parents like that. And yes, mine are incredible. They've supported me my whole life. I genuinely would not be anywhere without them, and they continue to support me to this day. Yeah, I feel very, very blessed. Um, what was the beginning of that question again?
Um, so knowing like the industry and how hard it can be, would
Yeah.
you encourage children and young
Oh,
people
yeah.
to go into it?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. If you have a passion for it, go for it. Go for it. Everything in life is hard. You will when someone young says, "Oh, I want to be an actor," and then you get a response, "Well, you should do a real job." You're like, "It is a real job. It is a real job." And even if down the line you discover that you fall out of love with the performing, or you might not have the talent for it, or whatever the case may be, there are so many other avenues in the industry. You could be a director, you could be a producer, you could be a stage manager. You could be a marketing person. You could be involved with the business in so many different ways, and the passion you have for it will still be nurtured and still come through. Um, so yeah, I would say go for it, and you have no idea where you'll end up. And it feels like this crazy dream, but I am here to tell you it is possible, and it can really happen if you put in the hard work and you believe in yourself. I think that's the really massive thing that can take a while to really feel for some people. I know it did for me. But yeah, go for it, go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So you've played so many incredible roles in things like Prince of Egypt, Aladdin, Kinky Boots, but also films such as Rocket Man. Which do you prefer doing, films or live theatre?
My heart is always in live theatre, 100%. The bits of TV and film I've been able to do is only like tiny little bit parts, so I can't say I have enough knowledge of that world or experience to really be able to compare it properly. But there's nothing like the alchemy of having a live audience and you giving your heart and soul whatever you have that day and feeling it received and they give it back to you with their reaction and their responses, and it's that to and fro that I don't think you can get in a screen job. So yeah, that will always be the most magical thing and the thing that I think I will always come back to.
Yeah.
I feel at home on stage. It feels really cringe to say, but
Well, no,
it,
it's true.
it's amazing. It's like kind of weird to say like you feel at home with thousands of people watching you, but weirdly I do.
Yeah. So, the way my profile and my charity has grown is really unconventional way due to the bullying that I received, due to my love of musicals. And the more time I spend at school and the older I become, I realize I'm not what the stereotypical boy is because I don't fit into what they should do. And I'm really lucky that I've grown up with people that really understand me. And now I'm getting to speak with my charity in Parliament and in front of the people who really make the change. So, do you think, like my generation and the generations to come, have a hope of getting acceptance for the way we want to be?
Yeah, I really, really hope so. And I want to say how incredible it is looking at your journey and seeing what you've done. It's and turning something like hard and negative into something so positive and incredible. It's phenomenal. So I just want to say that and keep going. It's amazing to see. But yeah, I really hope so. It is so cool. It is like we're entertaining thousands of people every day. Um, it's like the best thing ever. The fact that it's still sometimes can be a stigma or can be a stigma for like male presenting people is just beyond me. Especially with how much you see on TV. You know, we had the Tonys last night. It's like
Yeah.
this massive celebration of joy and life. And yeah, I really hope. I think as time goes on, it will just the stigma will go, and it will just be like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah. And I mean, it won't be last night for the people who are watching this now, but I did end up I was a bit ill last night, so I was up and down all night, so I did end up just sitting and watching the Tonys. They were really, really good.
Amazing. I tried to stay up. I found this naughty link. I've never seen it before. So I was like watching it
Mm.
live at the beginning and then I fell asleep. I was like, I couldn't stay up. But I've caught up this morning and it is just I've like my body is vibrating watching it. It's so exciting and the way that they celebrate the arts in America. That's the one thing that they get very right.
I mean, like everything down to the Hamilton reunion at the end was so perfect.
Oh my gosh. It's incredible. It's incredible. And I was with my flatmate this morning and I was like, I feel like a kid again when I watch the Tonys. Like it brings out that 13-year-old of like who just wanted to be a part of this community. And yeah, they nailed it.
I mean, I do
They
love all of the London theatre stuff, but the Tonys just dwarf our awards, I will say.
they
Like
know
they go all out.
they go all out and Cynthia, oh,
I know,
gospel number at the beginning. It was
incredible.
oh, it was so good.
It was great. So, um, bit of a less light note now. So, have you ever suffered from any form of bullying, either as a child or within the industry?
Yes, I've had a little bit in my journey, um, and it's not nice, is it? It's not nice, um, and it can take a while to get over it because I think with bullying, it's this very kind of subtle underlying, I guess, form of abuse that, and it kind of gets into your head. And I'd say that's the hardest thing to really put up a boundary of like that's you, that's me. And I'd say it's about just kind of, I'm a massive advocate for therapy.
Yeah,
Like I love therapy. I'm from a therapy family. My mum's a therapist, so it's all about that in my family. So I would say if you have suffered from that, um, it's about seeking out the people that can help protect you, especially your mental health. I know sometimes bullying can get physical. I'm lucky enough to have never experienced that, but the mental aspect, I think, is the hardest thing to get over long term because those remnants can sit with you. So yeah, seek out all that love and support because it's not acceptable. And luckily, workplaces are like so much better at like cracking down on that.
yeah,
But yeah,
absolutely. So, what is your dream role? And this can be regardless of like gender or anything. So mine would either be to play Beverly Bass in Come From Away or Elder Price in Book of Mormon.
a great dream roles. I'd love to see your Beverly. Me and the Sky, yes.
Yeah,
Oh, it's a cracking song.
it is.
Uh, what would be my dream role? Was that the
Yeah.
question? Um, that's a really hard one, and I get asked it quite a lot. I uh, I would say one of my dream roles that exist is Leo in Parade.
Yeah, that's a good role.
I'm a big Ben Platt fan, and I just loved and I'm just a massive Jason Rob Brown fan.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough, like I said, to do 13, and then I also got to play Jamie in the last 5 years.
Oh,
So I
that's
feel like
cool.
playing Leo in parade would be like the JRB hat trick.
Yeah,
All the great Jewish musical theatre roles that he's made. Yeah, I love that role vocally, and the story it tells is just amazing. So maybe if that would ever come, if not, I'd love to just like originate something. I think a lot of actors say that, but there's nothing quite like bringing yourself to a character and being the first to do it. So you're not following a blueprint of something.
yeah.
Uh, so that those two would be amazing.
Cool. Yeah, I'm currently learning to do moving too fast from the last 5 years. I don't know how people manage to do that as well as the entire role on stage every night. I feel like I need to lie down after singing it once.
I completely agree. Luckily, the version I did was live streamed, so we it was all recorded. So I've never actually sung the role from start to finish. It's
Mm,
a mammoth task.
I can
Yeah,
imagine.
yeah,
Even my singing teacher, I think he needs to lie down after playing the piano for it.
true, true. He does not make it easy for
No,
anyone.
really doesn't. So do you still get told off for something in particular? Just something silly. Mine's I never stop. I never stop talking or singing or just jumping about and asking pointless questions, which is why I love doing this, because then I get to ask pointless questions and you have to answer them.
Actually, funnily enough, my friends always, my very, very close friends who know me well, I can be a very curious cat and like you, ask a million questions. I'm like, I need to know every single detail about what you're telling me. Um, I had a friend over yesterday and she was like, oh, you know, I always talk more when I'm with you. She was like, I need to stop talking because my voice hurts. And I was like, yeah, but I've got five more questions I need to know. So I'd probably make a good interview, actually. I've never
Yeah.
tried it, but yeah, it's probably similar to you on that. Just asking them everything.
So what's something that no one knows about you until now? Are you an open book or are you a bit secretive?
Ooh. I'd say I'm a pretty open book. I'd say I'm less open online because I find it hard to strike that balance of, of the professional and the personal.
Yeah.
But in life, I would say, yeah, I'm a real open book. What does someone not know? I don't know. Something to say. I had a lovely blonde Labrador growing up called Floyd, and I miss him dearly. And my one of my big I write kind of New Year's resolution type goals every year, and I was looking back at it and like number six on it. I only had six, but number six was get a dog. I was like, I really, really want a dog. It's
Yeah.
hard being a performer though, and looking after well dogs, kids, all of the things.
Yeah.
But it would be a massive dream to have like a Labrador or like a golden retriever in my life. I just feel like they make you so happy and they're just like
Yeah.
the best companions.
I mean, I've got my little Bichon Kilo sat by my feet.
Oh,
He's got a bit of a
stop
sore,
it.
he's got a bit of a sore leg at the moment, so
Oh, do you love it?
yeah, yeah. He's
Yeah.
just he's just sat there. He's asleep as he always is.
Oh,
He's like
That's-
8 now, so he's getting old, but he's acted like an old man since he was a puppy.
oh, sounds like my type of dog.
Yeah, he turned his back on us when he realized that we'd run out of Christmas presents for him on Christmas Day last year, and he refused to eat anything, and he just went upstairs.
I love it. I love it. How brilliant.
So, have you got any embarrassing moments that you'd much rather forget, but you know you never will from doing something on stage?
Oh, goodness. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I think I've said this story before. That's why it just comes to my mind. But when I did Aladdin, I think it was the second time I went on for Aladdin. I got to the end of the show, and when you're a cover and covering such a big role, it's a lot.
Yeah,
It's a lot. And I remember I hadn't, since my cover run, I hadn't gone on for 10 months so it's like, and I had to keep that information going in my head myself. So I got to the end of the show and I was like, oh my God, I did it. I did it. I didn't go wrong. I was like really proud of myself. It was literally in the bows. Yes. And then Aladdin gets the last bow, and then he presents the rest of the cast who are just slightly upstage. And so I go, present, present. And because I'm so excited, I'm doing nice strong arms, like, oh. And there's Jade Ewan who's playing Jasmine, and she's standing right there. And I didn't realize, and I hit her in the nose. I know. And then her head goes back slightly. The whole audience goes, ooh. 2.5 people going, ooh, at the same time is a loud sound. The curtain's coming down, and I'm there like, are you okay? And she's like, that's how the show ends. Aladdin just beat up Jasmine. I felt so terrible. Luckily, she took it like a pro and she was absolutely fine. And there was no nosebleeds. It was fine. But it was just a very embarrassing thing to happen.
Oh God.
Isn't that awful? Poor
That,
Jade. Poor Jade.
oh
Oh,
God. I have nothing to say to that.
yeah. Yeah. Terrible.
Right, so here's some like random quickfire questions about really nothing at all, but let's go.
Mm,
Do you prefer sweets or chocolate?
chocolate
Do you prefer to text or to talk in person?
person all the time.
Um, are you a morning person or a night owl?
Night owl.
What's your favorite city?
New York.
Yeah. What's the last song you listened to?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I was literally just playing music. I can tell you. Uh, can I tell you? Oh my gosh. Uh, oh, Die with a Smile. Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars.
Love that song.
Yeah. Great song.
What is your favorite place to eat?
Oh, I love food so much. That's a really hard question. Something. It's K Tree. I think it's you pronounce it K Tree. It's a Vietnamese in
Mm.
Soho. It is. If you like pho, like the soups, it's stunning and it's really authentic. And you have to get this Chinese dough, they call it. They don't always have it there, and it's like almost like a Spanish churros, and you dip it in this soup, and it's so good.
That sounds love. Next time I go to Soho, I am going there. Um, what if you could have a superpower? What would you have?
Oh, oh gosh. Flight, maybe. Oh, no, wait. Is there one that you can like a bit like a TARDIS, when you can just like jump to a place? Like you don't have to ever go on tr public transport or like travel. You're just
Mm,
like there.
yeah,
That's me. Because travel time's so long these days. I just want to like be somewhere.
and like getting on the trains and tubes are just so.
I know, and they're always like down, and then you're
Yeah.
late, and ugh,
Yeah, I have to get the train into Waterloo, and then I either have the option of getting on the tube, or I bring my little folding bike on the train, and then I just ride to school because it's so much nicer. So,
that's lovely.
and it's
I
a
should.
lovely ride. Get to go past like Westminster and Buckingham Palace and that.
Oh, lovely.
It's a really good little
I'm
ride.
I'm too far out. I couldn't do that, but I'm very jealous of people that live central that they can just kind of like cycle or scoot places. I think
Yeah.
that's lovely.
And final question, who was your first celebrity crush?
Oh, Zac Efron. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, yeah, let's say that.
Right, so that is you done. You've managed to make it through my questions.
Yeah.
How'd you find it?
Wonderful. It's so nice. It's so
Oh,
nice to chat.
yeah. Yeah, I love doing these. They're always good fun.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah,
Thank you,
well,
Pat.
I will leave you through to your day.
Thank you, mate. I will see you soon.
Thank you very much.
Bye bye.
Bye.